Hello, everybody. Welcome to our new YouTube show called Drinking and Thinking. So, this is what? Entering our third week in quarantine?
Honestly, I've lost track.
Sure, it's like May 50th, 2037 or something like that.
I think I think that's correct.
Yeah.
Actually,
So, anyway, my name is JP, and that's Ashley on the other side over there.
I think.
And where we are fans of spirits, beers, wines, anything with alcoholic stuff in it. Not just alcoholic beverages, but with tea, coffee. But yeah, we're mainly going to focus on stuff that has spirits or things that can make you tipsy for the most part.
That's
And
important right now.
yeah, well, I'm on antibiotics, so I haven't been able to drink since I got my root canal last week.
Oh,
I know it
that's
sucks.
unfortunate. So I've been drinking enough for probably you as well.
Yes, pretty much. And we had like last Friday was a great. It was great weather last Friday, and we set up our outdoor our movie screen outdoors. And
Nice.
we had social distancing movie hour or movie night. So basically, like only like four neighbors, and our screen is big enough so you could kind of see from either side of the fence.
Uh-huh.
So one neighbor were stayed in their fence, and the other neighbor stayed in their fence, and like their kids were able to watch a movie, and then I put on another movie afterwards for the adults that wanted to stay by. So it was pretty good. We had like a good. Our yard is good enough for to hold on a good day without social distancing. I don't know, 20, 30 people. But on a social distancing night, we're comfortable with six. Exactly.
That's so funny because I more so imagined. I don't know if you ever saw the show Home Improvement with
Yeah.
the neighbor that just
Yes.
like peeks his head over all the time. That's what I imagined more so. People trying to look into your
Yeah,
backyard.
like the. Oh, that's a good movie, eh?
Oh, can you replay
Wilson. Yeah.
that?
But like we've had this like, since 2014 when we redid our backyard, and we bought like a Sonos sound system so we could have from one to however many speakers we need to project the sound pretty good. Um, so it's we didn't cheap out on it because we wanted to enjoy it fully. The only sucky part is like in the summertime, it doesn't get dark until what 9:30 at night,
Yeah.
and you don't really want to blast the sound too long. So there's like a small window where you can actually set it up. So it kind of sucks, but we're actually able to use it, and it was great. And whoever came by that night was, you know, thankful that, just for that brief couple of hours, just to
Yeah.
get out of the monotony. And obviously, since then, it hasn't stopped raining for
Right?
the last.
So it's your fault.
I know it
It's
is.
your fault. Thank you. I appreciate that. As
You're
much as I
welcome.
love the rain, I am.
I know it sucks. Like I wanted to take a walk out this morning, but it's raining. So
It has made shopping a little bit easier, though. Uh, I wait till we're running quite low on a little bit of everything before I'll actually,
yeah, that's
suit
what
up and go.
like my wife has been able to, or before today anyway, she was scheduled to go at least downtown to Philly once a week. She's a
Mhm.
healthcare worker for anybody that wants to, just to fill everybody in anyway. So she goes downtown to Philly, and then she just goes to the grocery store before coming home. So she's out already, and minimal risk of exposure. But yeah, so she's there today, and she's gonna go do the shop because we don't have any more milk. There's no more bread. We're like running low on eggs. But
I must say that I am not impressed with some of the more expensive food chains out here. Um, I went yesterday just to grab a couple of things for dinner
mm,
that we decided last minute that this is what we're gonna have. So I go out, no problem, and then all of a sudden, I'm just like, oh no! It's like I could buy like 5 things here and spend $70 at any given time, apocalypse or not, and it's usually fairly clean.
Yeah.
Being there yesterday was clean, but only to like the normal standards.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Not like some of the less expensive chains where they're like they legit have plexiglass by the registers, like
Oh
they
wow.
don't want nobody touching anything.
I haven't been out since we last stopped working 2 weeks ago now. Over 2 weeks ago now.
It's been 84 years.
Oh my god! I don't even know how to take a picture anymore.
Right? Oh my gosh. I actually keep my camera and my camera bag right next to my desk.
Yeah, my
Just in
camera's on my
case.
floor now. I've been actually. I know you saw that post I had on Facebook the other day. So
Yeah, you getting back into macro.
I'm gonna try to when it stops raining. I may go out and bring my macro lens out. But I've been shooting with a Pentax K3. I know Pentax. To some of y'all, be like, "What's a Pentax?" It's a
That's a
camera band.
camera.
Brand. Camera brand. Because I have like a pancake lens on it, so the
Uh-huh.
form factor is like, so it's very easy to take around and take pictures. It's a 40 mil 2.8, so I just stick it in on my son's stroller instead of lugging it. It's carrying it around.
Put it
In my
around
stroller.
him.
Yeah, exactly.
Here, bud, hold this.
So I've been able to take some good shots around town. It's
Mhm.
eerie because it's empty,
Yeah.
and there's still a lot of people walking around. Don't get me wrong. Not in close proximity, but just because everybody needs to get out and get some air. And I get it, like, you know, being especially in the last couple of days, it's been raining like crazy,
Yeah.
and especially if you can't consume alcohol. I mean, coffee. Cheers,
Yeah.
everybody.
Cheers, indeed. Coffee has been a very held a very special place in our house.
Here too.
Whew, whew. Last night, I had a cup around like 8 or 9, and I was not ready to go to bed until like 2 or 3. Just like one, I had reading to do. Two, I was watching my shows, and I multitask. So like, all
I just picture it like this.
yeah, pretty much every few seconds I'm going back
Yeah.
and forth, but I'm used to that. But I was actually talking to one of my friends, like about social experiments, and she we were military together, same unit, everything, and she actually was put on restriction,
Hmm.
so they took away some of her pay.
Oh, that sucks. Is she still
Yeah,
military right now?
no, not anymore.
Okay.
I think we got out around the same time as well. I think she went in just shortly before me and got out shortly after. But she actually had gotten in trouble for, I won't say, but she was put on 45 days of restriction. That meaning she had to go check in with somebody every hour on the hour, make sure somebody signed off on it, made sure she was in her room, she had extra duties to perform, and everybody's going crazy, being locked up in their house, and like, this is very normal for me.
Yeah.
This is very, very normal for me, unfortunately. So I am not just surviving, I am thriving right now. I feel horrible for extroverts, um, but it'll be good for them to like stop and have a moment to reflect, realize
Yeah.
that they,
Just take stock.
yeah,
Really.
absolutely,
I mean, I'm borderline intro extro. I like to go out, but not really.
yeah,
That fine line between that. So there are times where it's great that I could stay home and just not worry about having to go out. But at the same time, like, if you're kind of put in a position where you can't go out when it's raining, you're just gonna go like, fuck, shoot me.
staring out the
Yeah,
window, being quite jealous of the birds as they fly by. Yeah,
exactly. But anyway, so yeah, that's our quarantine coping mechanism at the moment. So yeah, so like what we mentioned before is we like to drink, and I unfortunately haven't been able to drink, but she has. And what have you been drinking lately? I've been drinking coffee and water.
I have been drinking plenty of coffee. I have drank half of my water intake for today, but I'll probably cut it off at that and continue picking up either coffee or whiskey here very shortly.
What's a
My
whiskey?
whiskey, yes, my whiskey last night, however, maybe some whiskey in my coffee. Who knows? Love me an Irish coffee. But last night,
Who doesn't?
before I went to bed, I had a two finger of Glenmorangie.
Oh, how many? How old?
I believe it was. Let me see. Let me double check. Just so I don't have to get up, because the second I get up, everybody's gonna need everything from me.
I need some snacks.
Yeah. Even though we are a free reign household, you go get whatever snacks as you need. It was a 12-year that I had last night.
That's a good house whiskey. Keep around.
Yes.
Not for special events. Something to drink every day
Yes.
or every other. Not every night, but not day, night. Every night. If you're drinking every day, the daytime, something's wrong with you. Please get yourself checked out. Unless you work at night and then you come home at the daytime, then fine, it's whatever.
Or unless you're prior military, within
Yes.
reason.
Everything in moderation, everybody. Moderation.
Absolutely. That is key. Yep.
Too much of everything is a bad thing.
Yes.
So,
Even
no.
tacos.
Yeah, before isolation, though, I wasn't really drinking much whiskey. I did buy a bottle of something, but I don't even know what it is. It's a Game of Thrones beer. Not beer, whiskey. Just $28.
Was it the Johnny Walker edition?
No, it wasn't the Johnny Walker edition. They had next to the Johnny Walker one. I was gonna get the Johnny Walker one, Fire and Ice, but then next to it they had three versions. The one I got was the cheapest one, and it didn't have the age on it, so I'm guessing it's about 10 to 12 years maybe. And then they had
The House
I have House
Targaryen.
Ah, jeez.
Forgive me.
Turley.
Again.
House Tully.
Ah. Okay.
So I got
I'm
that
not
one. They had like a 15-year one or an 18-year one, which was like $140. I'm like, I'm not working for the next foreseeable future, so I'm not gonna spend money on
Must be cool.
whiskey for now. But anyway, as soon as I'm done with my antibiotics, I will be drinking some thing.
So the Game of Thrones has an entire Scotch collection.
Yeah, they have a wine collection too. The wine's expensive.
I love some wine too.
So yeah, wine is. I enjoy wine. I enjoy it a lot more now that I'm married than when I was single. Because
Marriage.
no, not to say that she caused me to start drinking wine, but she actually did because she enjoys wine, and then through that I started.
For a good reason then.
Yeah, trying it out more. Even beers actually. Before I was just a straight up Corona and Blue Moon type person. And then she was like, "Hey, why don't you try some dark beers?" I'm like, "Okay."
Drink like a man.
And then she kind of opened up a can of worms.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, what is this? 10%? Give me 14%.
These are baby drinks.
Yeah, actually, like dark beer is like pretty much my favorite. My go-to type stouts, porters.
So, my husband also prefers the darker beers. We generally drink Guinness, but we didn't drink beer until like maybe 5, 6 years into being married, that's when we started delving more into beer. Um, it's just been past this, I want to say maybe year, maybe 2 years now that he got me drinking whiskeys, scotches, that sort of thing, bourbon. Before it made me uncomfortable to drink. It was just too strong. All I tasted was the alcohol.
Yeah, right. When you first
It,
start drinking,
it's too
well,
much.
because I think you know what it is too. When you start drinking, it's always the cheap stuff. Because like I don't know if I'm gonna like it, so let me just buy something cheap, and then the cheap stuff sucks.
Yeah.
So you buy like top shelf or bottom shelf whiskey or
Yeah.
scotch or whatever 8-year-old hot garbage. Same thing with
Mm.
beer. Your
Yes.
gateway beer is always crap. Like when you're in college, you drink like pretty much water.
Yeah. I lived in Okinawa. I lived on a steady diet of Captain and Coke. And there's this one beer, Orion. That was a nice light beach beer that you could drink on an island. So
Yeah.
why not? Didn't kill you.
I mean,
And sake, obviously.
yeah, I was so skeptical of trying out different beers back then too. I'm like, is it gonna be good? I don't know. And then now it's like, ooh, this looks interesting.
When I was younger, all beers tasted like fart
Yeah,
to me.
exactly. It
I
tastes
was,
like feet to me. It's
yeah,
like, why am I
not
drinking
something.
feet juice?
Yeah, why do people enjoy this so much? As I got older, as Jason became educated in how to properly have a conversation, so to speak, with an
Yep.
alcohol, he started explaining it in simpler terms for myself to comprehend. I was like, oh, maybe I'll try this.
Mhm.
Well, I'm also not heavily into essential oils, but I appreciate their use.
Yeah.
And so he would have me smelling a certain whiskey and like, what can you actually smell in here? And I'm able to pinpoint very specifically
Yes.
different smells. And he's like, I only smell this. I'm like, well, if you get past that, you can smell this next thing, this other note. And it just kind of grew to be something that we can appreciate, that we appreciate being able to do together. Sit down with a new bottle and try it and be like, oh, what do you think?
See, that was like an eye-opening experience for me too, or I should say, palate-opening experience. Uh, this was in 2004, five, I think it was. Um, some reason or another, I get to go to a Johnny Walker tasting event. So I think they were just releasing their green label at the time, somewhere
Yes.
around that time. So whenever it was released, we'll double check when it was released, or I don't even know if it was for green label. It was just a tasting event for Johnny Walker. So um, they gave you like a sip or two, pretty much.
Hmm.
Wasn't a lot, but um, they walk you through like what each label brings. Like black has certain smokiness or whatever, and they tell you like when you take a sip, inhale as you're taking a sip, so on and so forth. Kind of like different methodologies, and it was like it didn't taste like something that burned down my throat when I drank it. It tasted something more than that, and I think that was the first time I was able to appreciate Scotch, or in this case whiskey, for what it is. Or
Yeah.
no, it is Scotch, blended Scotch. So anyway,
Potato.
so yeah, that was like a palate opening experience, and then from then on, I was able to well, not really from then on, but it pretty much started the way for me, the path for me to start appreciating it more so than just drinking it with ice or mixing it with other things. And
Yes. One of my staple drinks. If I go to a Mexican restaurant with my mother-in-law or my grandmother-in-law, we make sure we get those margaritas with extra shot, please.
tequila never had it. I always had a bad relationship with tequila, always. Well, it could have been the brand I was drinking at when I was younger at bars. It always gave me a headache.
A lot
So
of people are surprisingly not very educated in tequilas as well.
I'm one of them. Like I don't.
Yeah,
I'm willing to learn.
yeah.
I do like.
There's
Yeah, go ahead.
there's some good places. There's some good places that make their own. That make their own tequilas. My dad went on a cruise to Jamaica, and he had a lot. Naturally, he's going to drink a lot of rum out there. But he also went to a tequila factory and was able to try. They explained what you're supposed to be tasting, how you're supposed to taste it. He explained it to me, and I'm like, oh, well, I've been drinking tequila the wrong way forever then.
Yeah.
I just down the hatch.
I know, isn't it weird? Like when an expert tells you how to drink stuff, the right it tells you how to properly drink something, or how to properly enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
It just really opens up your horizons, pretty much.
Yes. Honestly, I feel that I have been cheated and just in so much of my youth because I didn't know how to drink things. Like I could have enjoyed so many more nights.
Right.
Slightly buzzed instead of just being stupid, drinking garbage the whole time.
That's the thing when you're younger, though. You just want to slam it down. Like, God, thinking back to like now, like what was I thinking? Like just getting so drunk. Like why?
I don't know.
Like
honestly, when I think about that, I'm just like, I don't remember a lot of things.
I know, me too.
I don't remember a lot of things naturally, but when it comes down to it, it's like I really wish I could remember more.
Yeah.
If I sit down and I see pictures, because I took a lot of pictures while I was in, I look at the pictures and I'm like, oh, I remember everything about that night. I remember,
up to a certain point.
Exactly, and I'm like, and then it just kind of like dies off from there because I remember this.
You remember how it starts.
Yes,
not
exactly.
how it finishes.
Yeah, sometimes I'm grateful. Other times I'm very curious. Sometimes I wonder who took these pictures because I don't remember being there. Did I have the camera? Possibly. But I do regret though, like as I've gotten older, I do regret not knowing how to drink the way I know how to drink now then because I could have remembered. I could have actually enjoyed more variety of alcohols when I was in different countries.
I think that's just a progression of being an adult or going into adulthood.
Palate maturity.
Yeah, palate maturity. I mean, kind of same thing with food right now too. Like I enjoy foods differently than how I used to enjoy it.
Yes, definitely.
So, but I think
I am not a picky eater. I prefer to try everything. Even if I don't like it, I'll more than likely eat it again.
But you have like a different appreciation for it. Definitely have a different appreciation for it. Like, oh, did you try that banana one?
Yes, I don't remember what it was called.
Oh God. Let me see.
But so I made my husband try it, and I was like, just tell me what you think. And he sniffs it, and he's like, oh, he's allergic to bananas, so he's just like,
he?
Yeah. Well, he's like, I don't know about this. Just try it. Okay. So he tries it.
It's a jailbreak. That's what it's called.
Jailbreak?
Yep.
It tasted exactly how you would imagine the artwork on that can would taste like. A bad banana.
It did. Like, I gave it a pretty high rating because I rate it as like on the third sip. I should rate it after, but I try to rate it before because I know I'll forget to rate it after. So I rated before. My wife drank it. She pretty much gave the same reaction as Jason did. It's like, oh, what is this garbage you're giving me?
Yeah.
I'm like, it's pretty good. And then as I drank, I was like, it kind of tastes like somebody stepped on bananas with nasty foot cheese.
Yeah.
So I may have to revise my score. I gave it a 3.75 out of 4. So I may have to reduce it to a 3.
Yeah. As I continued drinking on, I don't know if it was just because I hadn't eaten much that day and I was appreciating the carbs going into my body. But I drank the whole can. Just
I ate it. I drank it after dinner, and it was a struggle to finish. Like
Yeah.
it sat next to me for a good hour and a half maybe.
Yes, I definitely nursed that beer as well.
So
Um,
it's a good thing it was only a 4 pack.
yeah. I but that first initial sip was just it was not my favorite. And that was
I actually liked it. The first sip
the
was actually my
initial.
favorite. Yeah, the initial one, and then as I went along, it was for me it was like up and then a complete crash.
So it crescendoed for you
Yeah,
and then decrescendoed.
yeah. So
That's fun.
it's interesting. That's an opposite effect on what you find, on how you find it.
Yeah, I was not a I that was actually my the thought process was bad banana. Just just that's that was my
I mean,
initial take on it.
yeah, I was excited when I saw it, like, ooh.
Yeah,
There,
right?
there was another banana beer.
I do enjoy like I personally love bananas. I love banana nut bread, banana walnut muffins. If it's banana, I enjoy it. So
I
I've
do too.
had
I love bananas.
I've had a few different types of banana beers, but this one was just bad banana.
I can't find it right now. I can't remember the name, but I'll get it the next time I see it, whenever we're allowed outside again,
If ever.
if ever. But that was probably one of my favorite banana beers. It was
Was it Wells?
no, it wasn't Wells. It was an American company. I
Because
can't.
I do like Wells. Wells is actually pretty nice.
Oh, it is actually. Hold on. Yeah, formerly Charles Wells.
Yep.
It's called Eagle Brewery now, called Banana Bread Beer. So this one, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm covering your face, but hold on, I'll send you a link. We'll cut this out later.
Yep. Formerly Charles fruit beer. Yeah. Yep. That's the stuff. I enjoy that beer. That's a really good
Yeah,
one.
it's a really good
That-
beer. It's a nice straight banana flavor. It doesn't taste like somebody stepped on it with fungi feet.
or
Uh,
like it just busted out of prison.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. But I do enjoy that one. That one was something that a friend of mine had me try when we lived in North Carolina, and we'd go to the store by the beach and pick up all sorts of beers, and
Yeah.
uh, that's what we do on the weekends. Go to the beach and drink beer. That was definitely one of the better ones.
Yeah, I gave it a 4.5 stars. A 3.5 out of 4. No, 4.5 out of 5. But the first time, interestingly enough, I gave it a 3.5. And there was a
Did you say why?
so the first time I just said finally get to try this, pretty good.
Mhm.
So I tried it in May, and then I checked into it again a couple weeks later, I guess from the same 4 pack, and I just loved it the second time around.
Sometimes an alcohol is better for a certain time period than other time periods.
Yeah,
Just like working out. Sometimes you can lift a certain amount one day and not so much the next time.
probably what Joe probably had the first time during dinner,
Mhm.
and so my palate was a little bit more mixed up.
Catered to something else. Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
Second time around probably was just like um, after dinner, or just in it by itself.
And that's another thing that we judge beers on as well. If it is houseworthy, what is it going to be better with when it
Mhm.
comes to the meal that's being prepared for dinner or
See,
lunch or whatever?
like right now, I don't drink beer with dinner unless I'm out, and even then,
Yeah.
it's a very strict choosing process as to what I'm going to be drinking before before my meal comes, and then what I'm going to be having after my meal, and what I have during
Yeah.
my meal. But that's another conversation for another time.
You are somewhat of a diva, so.
I am. I am. If I had hair, I would flip it all the time. So yeah, going into the house beer stuff, we were talking initially before we were doing our pre-production stuff. That one beer that we had, which was
So you're saying there's a chance that one?
yes. So Evil Geniuses. So you're telling me that there's a chance Irish coffee cream ale, very delicious, very light. Um, my wife liked it when she sipped it. I'm not sure how Jason liked it.
I didn't give him a chance.
So there was no chance for Jason, I guess.
I don't like to share as it is, but this one was one of those you can get your own bottle kind of thing.
Yeah. So yes, that is a definite for me anyway. It's a definite house worthy beer. Like I could keep that stocked, at least a 12 pack at a time.
Oh yeah,
I
definitely.
definitely enjoy drinking it. I think I still have one bottle left. It's very good. I love it. I gave it a 4.25 stars on Untappd. But if anybody else is on Untappd, you can find me. What is my profiling? Ficky77. So if anybody's on Untappd, please add me to your friends list. My name is Ficky77. That's Figggy77. Ashley's on there too, but she's not active.
I am not. I'm actually opening it right now.
So there's no point.
I'm still a scrub. Forgive me.
She has like 0. Her name is Crash L33. So people bug her, please. She has no activity right now.
I'll get there eventually.
No activity. And for everybody, this is my profile right here. And just to point out to people, if you disagree with how we like our beers, then that's fine, because we all have different tastes, but let's be civil about the disagreements and what we may or may not like. Cause
Everybody has their own opinion,
yep,
even if it's wrong.
exactly. These are just the opinions of 2 people out of millions in the world, so hey, it's open to discussion. If you particularly like a beer that we don't like, good for you, and vice versa. So,
But I'll fight you over bad banana.
yeah, that bananas. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think I'll buy another 4-pack of that one. If I'm honest.
Yeah. I think I can definitely pass on that one.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the only thing I've been drinking really. Oh, I did have Guinness. I bought a thing of Guinness for St. Patrick's Day. They come nitroed now. They never used to come nitroed.
Are you buying the bottle that
Yeah.
way? Okay.
Yeah, it came nitroed.
So we always buy
Cans.
the can because they've always come with the nitro, or they also come with the nitro. We had one of our friends and his girlfriend come visit us over the St. Patrick holiday,
Yeah.
and we tried. It was the blue can. It was Guinness Blonde, I believe.
Oh yeah, I've had that a long time ago.
Yeah. Not my favorite. I would still prefer the normal Guinness, but it was different. It was one of those beers that you could drink easily. It's not as heavy. It's not like eating a freaking loaf of bread every time you drink one.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't as heavy as I remembered it to be.
So the one that I was telling you about that my friend had gotten, it was actually the milk stout over the moon.
Yeah. Wait, which one?
It's over the moon milk stout. It's in a blue can. It's got a cute little fat moon looking up at a glass of Guinness on it.
Huh.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's light. It's a lot lighter than a normal Guinness.
I gotta check this out.
It just reminds me of like a soft Guinness.
Yeah, I gotta check that out then. Over the moon.
Yeah,
I
it was
did.
good.
I've had the blonde. I think that's the last time I had a Guinness produced beer. Was the blonde a couple of years ago.
I am not a fan of the blondes. They're they're nice, but they're not like something that I would walk up to a bartender and say, "Hey, let me have a Guinness blonde." No, if I'm gonna ask for a Guinness, I want I want a Guinness.
I haven't checked into it. I know I had it, but I think when I had it was before I started checking into Untappd. So I need to revisit this beer at some point. I'm probably not gonna like it too much, but you know, who knows? Actually, who knows? I don't know. I can't say. But the one thing I do want to do while we're on the subject of Guinness is going to Guinness factory in Ireland and trying it out,
Yes.
trying out fresh from the source. Because I'm not a Heineken person, even though it's one of my first beers that I drank that's not domestic. I do like Heineken Light. Uh, we had it in Holland or in Amsterdam when we were there for our honeymoon, and oh my god, it's so good. Like just and Heineken Zero, Heineken Sub Zero, which they serve it in like near freezing temperatures. It's amazing. Like the actual tap is frozen. Like it's just you see ice over it, and it's really good. And
That actually sounds quite amazing.
we took the tour, and they give you like a pint, depending on which one. If you just get a regular Heineken, they give you a tall pint. If you get the Heineken Zero, they give you two small versions of it. But it's really good, and
Nice.
I
I hear beers are usually a lot different when you're getting it from the factory itself.
yeah, straight from the source because it's
It's
fresh,
Yeah,
very fresh.
absolutely. You're not having to deal with it sitting in a barrel for or a bottle for ages.
Yeah.
Literally, you have no idea sometimes. Um, one of my friends, one of my best friends, she actually had her wedding and her like the after the wedding party
Yeah.
at a Texas brewery house.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh yeah, it was really really good. She told me she was like, "There's this one beer here that you have to try. They only serve it during the winter time. It's a special winter beer, but they pulled out a keg just for my
Yeah.
party because they know she liked it so much." And I was like, "Oh well,
That's awesome.
if you say so." So she went in the back and got me a beer, and it was a s'mores beer. They
Oh,
actually put a marshmallow on top and
nice.
toast it, and it is. I want to go back
Just for
just
that.
just for that beer. Yeah, I had an oatmeal beer, oatmeal stout that was
What's the
really good.
what's the brewery name?
Um, it's in New Braunfels. Hang on. There's a lot. Okay, so originally I'm from Texas. Made my way across to the East Coast and the Far East, and back to the East Coast.
That's also another goal that we have in mind for this channel. Trying out different brewery places, and eventually getting drinking beer from the source, like we just said. Obviously, if we get to go to Holland or Amsterdam and trying out beers over there, like Amstel or Heineken, like that's a that's a big win for the channel and for us. But if we get even just local stuff, we're gonna try to go to different places because we're in PA right now, and there's a lot of microbrews popping up, craft brewery places. We just talked about one earlier called Evil Genius, and they're right down in Philly, which is what an hour ish away from us right now,
Give or take
give or
on
take. Yeah,
traffic.
depending on the traffic. They're in Fishtown, PA, and they have really. I mean, they're for anybody outside of the Philly area. Uh, I don't think it's really available outside of Philly. I don't think the names that they have on their beers are pretty creative. Um, like like that one she just said. So do you think I have a chance? So you're telling me. So you're telling me there's
Yeah,
a
they're
chance,
telling me there's a chance.
and let me just uh, rattle off some names that they have right now. So they have asking for asking for a friend, hashtag sorry not sorry, purple monkey dishwasher. I'll have what she's having, which is very fun to order in a restaurant, by the way. There's that's was that the one that I made you try? I'll have one what she's
Yes,
having. Yeah,
that was the Irish one.
yeah.
So I found the brew house that I was talking to you about,
Yeah.
that had the s'mores beer in New Braunfels, Texas. There is a place called the Guadalupe Brewing Company,
Oh,
and I can actually say it is a fabulous place. They have um, what's it called? They seasonal beers that they
peanut butter
put out.
stout. That looks amazing.
Oh my gosh, dude! I have yet to have anything there that I did not enjoy. They, wow, chocolate stout, Belgian Texas honey ale, pumpkin Texas honey ale. Like they go all out. And this place is beautiful too. It looks like it's just like a scary little farm, but as soon as you walk up to like their like inside their like restaurant area, it's very nice. The people there are wonderful. You can dance,
Chocolate
have a
stout.
grand old time.
Oh, Belgian South Texas honey ale. You know, I'm not much for pumpkin stuff, but I do enjoy I do fancy myself a nice pumpkin beer during the
I
season.
like I honestly, I won't say no to anything. I'm always willing to try something. Sometimes, like, sometimes I can be the basic bitch and love me some pumpkin, this, that, and the other thing. But other times I'm like, no, no, thank you.
Yeah, it depends on how you're feeling.
Yeah, and it honestly, a lot of it depends on the actual flavor itself of what it is that I'm trying. So
Yeah, that too, for sure. The way we drink our beers too is not like how everybody is or expects us to drink it, even though we're kind of beer snobbish. Um, I personally just drink it off of whatever container it comes in, bottle or can. I do have a Sam Adams, what was that, the perfect beer pint or something like that?
perfect pint.
Yeah. We will figure out if like the scientific nature behind the preferred drinking. Yes, what she has right there. The preferred drinking container for a specific type of beer, whether it be a stout, an IPA, an ale, what have you. So, this is not just beers, but even like whiskeys, wines, and all that stuff. I know the air to beverage ratio and all that stuff plays into effect, and how much you sniff and all that. But we're just simple people, and we're not sommeliers of any sort. So let's put it this way: we're here to explore with everybody else. We're here to learn drinks, beers, spirits, whatever. And it's going to be an adventure for everybody else to try. So that's what we're hoping to bring to everybody. And right now, we could just try to entertain you during this time of quarantine, time of isolation. And I don't even know how many people are going to watch this, because, yeah.
End of the world.
Yeah. So, but another note too, this how you're watching us right now is very temporary, because obviously we can't film at the same on the same place, on the same location. We can't do an on location shoot, just for safety reasons. Not that not that we have or we're infected with the virus, but she goes out to the grocery store.
That we know of.
Yeah, I go out for walks. I don't go out to public, but very much, because I'm kind of going crazy at home right now. Well, it's raining too, but I don't need to go out. Let's just put it that way. So there's no sense of me in doing that. My wife is able to go and buy the necessities that we need, so just keep it one person. But we've been fortunate that neither one of us have been hit with whatever's going on, right? COVID-19. So hopefully in future episodes we'll be filming on location. We don't know where, either at her place or my place. It'll probably look a lot better than this.
Oh yeah, by far.
By far, yeah. So we have a lot of plans for this venture, because our current job status is very shaky right now. We don't know when we're starting back up. We're reliant on a lot of factors for us to work. We're both photographers, just to be clear. We work for a company. We're not going to name who it is, just for legal reasons. And even if we didn't work for a site company and we were just pure freelancing, we can't really do much either because social distancing. And although we can do portraits if we had like very long lenses. And
Very.
yeah. Tilt your head. Don't give me a good
Tip
smile.
your chin down.
What? Down.
Not that far.
Up a little.
Lean forward.
Oh man. Tip your head this way a little bit. Just a tiny bit. No, too much.
Ever so slightly.
Ever so slightly.
Oh no.
Oh man. So, if anybody's ever familiar with those terminologies, you might have a guess at what we do for a living, outside of like the regular freelancing stuff that photographers do for the most part. So yeah.
The more beer and spirits we can go out and get.
Yeah, and listen, I know a lot of people are scared of trying stuff. We're not. So if there's a beer that you want us to try, we'll go ahead and try it. Yeah, like and subscribe. Again, follow us on Untappd. I'm Figgy77. That's FIGGY77, and Ashley is Crash L33, right? Crash L33, and Crash. Crashly.
Yes.
Smart. I see what you did there.
Yes.
And we'll have the rest of our social media links up by the next episode because we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants right now. Or maybe even after we do the edit, we'll have it up. Okay, so catch you guys on the next episode.
Wash your hands.
Yes, wash your hands. 6 feet away. Remember, 6 feet social distancing. If you do not, please do not throw a party like those idiots in New Jersey. Just dumb. Just don't.
Save your grandma.
We wanna get out of this sooner rather than later. And like I think I saw a meme. The more you guys keep coming closer together, the more recess time we get taken away from us. So just
yes, absolutely.
We wanna visit these wonderful places again and be outdoors and have fun. Okay, stay safe, everybody. See ya.